Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from group 3 and today we are going to be presenting the materials for our assignment 2. Okay, next slide. Okay, the title of our short film is If Anything Happens, I Love You. This short film is produced in 2020, and it is a story about a family that has recently lost a child. And furthermore, the story is basically a drama, in the form of drama, and of course there's a lot of conflict that happens in throughout the films. Okay, next slide. So in this video, we will present 4 elements of our teaching material, which is our class period. Is aimed to look at 2 class period, and then the proficiency level is Form 4, intermediate proficiency level. Language skill are reading, speaking and writing skills, and our literary elements that we focus and we include in our teaching materials are plot, theme and characters. Okay, next slide. So here is our teaching material. So we have the input material, which consists of graphic organizer, and activities materials, which consists of the main activity, board games, roll cards and the extended activity, which is an Instagram write-up. And finally we have the evaluation materials, which is true and false questions. Okay, now is for the input material, our graphic organizer. So the language skill that we focus here is the reading skills, and literary elements that we are including in the teaching materials are plot, theme and character. So next, firstly, here is the plot, the input material. As you can see, there are 9 total scenes that we are going to be teaching here, and all of this will relate to the activities that they are going to do later in the classroom. Okay, next I believe is going to be Fira.
Okay, so for the next part of the graphic organizer, the first one would be the theme. So the theme that we had highlighted from the short film is the depiction of pain and hardship. And next, we also prepared a graphic organizers for the characters. So there are 4 characters in this short film, which are the mother, father, daughter, and the shadows. So the graphic organizers can be used as a language input and examples in a written form when the students are able to collect data from it to construct and strengthen their knowledge of the short film. So this graphic organizer can help them to gain more ideas when to do the speaking and writing activities later in these lessons. So next.
Alright. Okay, so for the next activity, for the next materials is the activities materials. Okay, so the first one is the main activities. Okay, so the main activity consists of the board game. The language skill that we are focusing on for this board game is writing skills, and the literary element that we use to teach writing skills is the theme. So for this material, the students will be given an instruction card such as this one for them to understand how to play the board game. So basically, whenever the student lands on any pictures of the characters, they will have to write a short sentence of examples or situations which fits the theme of the short film, which is the depiction of pain and hardships, in order to move steps forward. However, if they fail to do so, they will have to move 2 steps backwards. If they land on spots which has a smiling emoji, they can move 2 steps forward, and when they land on spots which has a sad smiling emoji, a sad emoji, they will have to move 2 steps backwards. So the first student who is able to land on the end spot student will win the board game. So this is the dice which they can cut and use, as well as the tokens. The next one is roll cards.
Okay, so for the next material, we have roll cards, where they need to role play the scene from the story. So our focus skills for this activity is speaking skills, and then it contains plot for the literary element. Okay, so this is the touch sheet of role play. You can, as you can, there's snap from the scenes, the short story. So they need to create a sentence based on the situation. For example, the first one, what would you say to your partner when both of you are upset? So if you get the role card, like what would you? They need to create a sentence that, you know, to fit with the situation. So next slide. Cards. We need to be in a group of 4 or 5 scenes from that we took from the story, and then the scene that we in the touch is already in the correct order of the plot. So by doing this, we hope that the student can understand the plot of the story and also can understand the characters' different perspectives. Next slide.
Okay, we also develop one material. We also develop one material for extended activity, which is the Instagram write-up. Okay, next slide. Okay, for this Instagram write-up, we focuses on writing skills, and also we adapted the activity for the character in the short film. Okay, next. Okay, to use this material, students will need to write an appreciation post for their parents by relating themselves with the short film provided. They also need to take a family picture with their parents, print it, and paste it on the touch sheet. Okay, since this material is for an extended activity, they can bring this touch sheet at home and complete it at their home. Okay, to make the activity appealing and relevant to the young adults, we develop the touch sheet into an Instagram post using Canva by referring to the actual Instagram post. Next slide. Okay, we also included one sample answer for the students. The sample answer will act as a guide for them to complete this touch sheet. Okay, with this touch sheet, students can relate it to their real life experience and appreciate their parents as they write their letter. Hence, for this activity, students will put themselves in the shoes of the daughter's character, whom is characterized as a daughter who really love and appreciate their parents. Okay, last and next.
Alright, okay, so for the evaluation materials, we have used true-false questions to do the evaluation materials, which is the test. So the evaluation materials comes in a form of comic strips, and it consists of 9 sets of true-false questions. It has 6 lower order thinking skills questions and 3 higher order thinking skills questions. So the literary elements that we will assess the students is the plot, theme, and the characters. So for each element, there will be 3 questions. For example, this is the example of the comic strip that we have created. For characters, theme, and also plot, there are 3 questions altogether. And in each of these questions, they will have 1 higher order thinking skills. All right, so for the time estimation for each materials, we have already divided the materials to fit the 2 class period that we have suggested. So for the input materials, the graphic organizers will take about 15 minutes, in which the graphic organizer will be discussed in a classroom discussion. The main activities materials are the roll cards and board games. So the roll cards will be conducted in 20 minutes and is conducted in groups. The board game will be conducted in 15 minutes and is also conducted in groups. So the extended activity is an activity that they will do when they get home, which is an individual work. And the evaluation material is the true-false questions will be conducted in 10 minutes, which is individual assessment. So that is all from us. Thank you.